This is Otilio Lanig at the famous Nietzsche's Pizza here in the beautiful lakeside community of Granbury, Texas. We're here to catch up with our good friend Dennis O'Neil, actor, writer, and director. Come on with me. Dennis.
Oh, gee.
How you doing today?
Wow.
Good to see you.
What are you doing here?
Hey, come to interview you.
Really?
How's it going?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Very well. Good to see you.
You too, you too. I was wondering, do you always walk around with a camera crew?
Not always. Only when it's good to see you.
Ah,
I hear some great things are happening.
they are. Yeah. I produced Bailout TV show. We're getting it on the web, and it's going really well. So in the process of editing, and we shot a lot of footage.
Before we get started there, I heard that there's a little secret that you got started in Brooklyn, New York. We have a little common ground here.
How do you know I'm from Brooklyn?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Where?
Brooklyn Linden Boulevard.
Oh man, I was born and raised in the Gowanus Projects,
Oh, okay.
and I hung out in Red Hook.
I'm product of Pinkston Projects right down the street, TSS. So that's good.
I know just where it is.
So Dennis, tell me, what got you into acting?
I lived out on Long Island in Medford, and eventually went to Suffolk County Community College in Selden, the Selden campus. And one of the directors took an acting class just because I needed 3 credits, and I figured, just breeze through this. I wasn't interested in acting at all, but I needed to take an elective, and that's what I took. That's what my advisor suggested I take, because I was studying music and dance and piano and sight reading and all of that, because I was a singer. And she talked me into auditioning for the role of the MC in Cabaret.
Okay.
And so I went in kicking, fighting, and anyway, I auditioned. I was terrible. But she saw something that I didn't see, and I got the role. I got the lead part of the MC.
So 3 credits got you started in acting.
That's it. 3 credits. Yeah. 3 credits got me started in acting, yeah.
Oh, well, tell us about the acting part. Now, what did you do next? Because I hear that you were part of a little film called Raging Bull. Share us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone has heard of that little film, Raging Bull, with a little known actor, Robert De Niro. Yeah, and director Martin Scorsese.
I must say that was a hit to the big time, wasn't it?
Oh man, yeah. I was a dancer in that.
Really?
Yeah, I was Lindy swing dancer, and it was quite an experience because I remember. It's like it was yesterday. I played this movie over in my mind as I was walking through that alleyway in New York City to get to the set. And I just felt like this was going to turn into something big. And, I was on that for about 2 weeks, and I followed the director around as much as I could possibly do, just to find out the ins and outs of filmmaking and what they're doing with sound and the lights and the camera. I just knew that someday my acting career would be bigger than what it was.
How did that experience shape your career? Yeah.
Well, before I got the role in Cabaret as the MC, a friend of mine got a role in a film, small film, and he had to sing and play the guitar. And he already accepted the role, but he couldn't sing and play the guitar. So he called me frantically. He said, "Can you take this role?" I said, "No, I'm not an actor at this particular time." I said, "I'm not an actor. I'm a singer, and that's all I want to do." And he pleaded with me. I said, "All right, tell you what, I'll audition just for the singing part." I did. And the director, a few days later, brought me a script and said, "Yeah, I want you to read the part of the van driver, rock singer." And I said, No, I'm not an actor. I'm just a singer." He said, "Come on, you'll be in the film." I said, "I'm not interested." He said, "You got to be kidding me." He said, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you $200. I said, "Where's the script? I'm an actor."
I understand.
And so I did it, but I still wasn't interested in acting until the MC role. in Cabaret.
How did that turn things around? What was
Oh
the
my
real
gosh, it turned my whole life around. I knew opening night, I knew this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I mean, the accolades and the standing ovation was great, but the experience up on stage, creating more of the character than I did in rehearsal, which is what I fell in love with. And so I started, when I graduated Suffolk County Community College, I started auditioning for some of the soap operas, which I got, One Life to Live, The Edge of Night, The Guiding Light, and all those soap operas. And then I started auditioning for films, and my brother knew the casting director from Raging Bull. Okay. And so we had an interview, and we both got it. Actually, when we talk about Bailout,
right.
It's the character's name that I play is Jimmy O'Neill, which is my brother's name.
Oh.
So I use a lot of my brother in this episode, in this not just episode, but the whole show.
Wow, so that's coming now into the acting in a series. I know
Yes.
some of the other TV series you've done, is like Walker, Texas Ranger, In Plain Sight, Law and Order. Now, how has that helped in preparing for Bailout?
Well, you know, OT, every show that I did, or every film that I did, I always stayed close to the director, as close as I possibly could, without getting in the way. Asking the soundmen questions, asking the DP questions, what kind of cameras are these, how do you shoot this, and watching the lighting, how they do all of that. On Walker, Texas Ranger, I was really in tune with it. And by the way, I got beat up by Chuck Norris twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
First time didn't work.
Not many people can say that and still speak.
Survive.
We don't make it like this, you know. But yeah, that was a great experience.
Many people know you as the actor, as well as the performer. What are some of the things that I hear people may not know about you related to the dancing part you spoke of? Can you share us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Back in the day, I worked for Arthur Murray Dance Studio, and then I went to work for the Fred Astaire Dance Studio and got more training by them. And ballroom dancing is a way to release any frustration that I may have, or for anyone, any frustration, stress. It just takes your mind off of everything. And it's another creative force. So I looked at it as a creative endeavor. And of course I love teaching.
And I hear to this very day you still have a dance studio.
Well, I teach acting, but I do rent space in different dance studios around Fort Worth. And I teach, I'm teaching right now it's called the Sister Cities. It's through the mayor's office.
I know we're working up to getting towards speaking about Bailout. Everything.
Bailout.
Bailout. Hold that thought, Dennis.
Okay.
We'll be right back with actor, writer, and director of the soon-to-be television show Bailout, Dennis O'Neill.
My name is Jimmy O'Neill. I'm a New York City detective. They say New York is a city that never sleeps. Well, it is. And everybody's got a story.
Get on with it.
Carmine wants you taken out.
Come back to Texas with me.
Why?
I took a vacation to visit my Uncle Charlie, who's been trying to get me to come to Fort Worth, Texas, to take over his failing bail bonds business.
Get down!
I really am a cop.
So you couldn't afford Jimmy?
Just don't know who you can trust nowadays.
Whoa!
Who's that? Looks like Luca Brazzi, but I think it's your nurse.
Yeah! Just point your fingers at him and go bang. I don't care.
We're back now with Dennis O'Neill, and we're here talking to him about Bailout.
You know, I don't carry Bailout with me.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Exactly. Well, I hear Bailout is a soon-to-be release for television.
Yeah, we're pitching it to the networks. We shot a ton of footage, so we have, I would say, about 22 to 24 webisodes, and about 4 episodes, 1-hour episodes in the can.
Well, you've gone from, sounds like stage to film to also now TV. Which do you like best?
Well, the TV and film are today, now, they're similar. TV is a little faster paced, so you've got to get it done in so many days, usually a week or 2. Where film, you have anywhere from 3, 4 to 6 months to do the film, so it's a lot slower. I like them both, I really do. I mean, acting is acting, and Richard Dreyfuss said whether you're doing regional theater, community theater, commercials, television, film, acting is acting. So I just love the process of acting and creating.
Give us a little bit more about Bailout, how that came to be.
Well, the way it came to be was I came up with the idea in 2006 when I was in New York, and I was speaking to a producer friend of mine, and I was telling her the whole idea of it. She said, you really need to follow through with this and do it. And 2008 is when it really came more to fruition, and then 2009 is when we shot our first episode. And from there, I tried to get it out to the networks. I was pitching it, not having any good fortune with it at all. And so I just laid it down. And in February of this year, a friend of mine, I had lunch with her, and she said, so how's Bailout doing? And I told her, I said, it's just laying there. I haven't lost the vision, but I don't know where to go with it. And she said, why don't you start doing it again and make it a webisode? And I said, I told her I didn't know how to put a webisode together. I don't know anything about a webisode. But 3 weeks later, we were on the set with 30 cast and crew doing our first webisode of Bailout.
Wow.
And I didn't mention, but I have people like Marshall Teague in it, Terry Kiser. Marshall Teague just did that great movie, Last Ounce of Courage. Terry Kiser from Weekend at Bernie's and a lot of other shows, All in the Family, and Burton Gilliam from Blazing Saddles. Yeah, you know who he is.
Exactly.
Nick Mancuso, he did a 1980s TV show called Viper, and he was in a ton of other movies. And Nellie Shudo, who was in 3 Scorsese films. One of them was Shutter Island. She had a great scene with Leonardo DiCaprio, and she's on board. So I have some really good people, and of course the local people as well, the local actors. I can't name all of them because it would take all afternoon, but I have a really good cast and crew. Just came together. We created, I told them all last night, you guys, we didn't just create a webisode or a film or a TV show. What we created was memories. Because I remember the first day that we all got together, and I was just looking around, and these people have been there on the spot. I mean, I called a meeting a few times. The night before, I would send them out emails. Can you guys make a meeting tomorrow? 30 people would show up. So, I have director of photography, camera people, sound people, lighting people, set designer, PAs, assistant directors. It's just amazing.
Well, it sounds like you kept a lot of your relationships from the past, especially ties with Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
And I hear there's also a personal tribute to one of the characters in Bailout. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the character that I play is Jimmy O'Neill.
Okay.
He had a run-in with the mob in New York, and it turns out that he had a fight with one of them who was doing some unsavory things. And the guy threw a punch at him, so my character, Jimmy O'Neill, knocks him out. Turns out he's a New York City councilman, but he's also tied to the mob. And my captain wouldn't back me. My captain wanted me to write a letter of apology. So we come to Texas, and the mob is hot on our heels. But the tribute is to my brother, Jimmy O'Neill, who passed away suddenly 5 years ago. And I always looked up to my brother, and he was just a great guy. And so a lot of his personality is in this character, Jimmy O'Neill. And, I think if he were here today, he'd probably play my character, Jimmy O'Neill, the way he is, Jimmy O'Neill.
You wouldn't have to look too far to find the true character.
Exactly, yeah. And it was a great tribute to somebody that I really looked up to.
And it sounds like from what Bailout is doing, it's a big thing. And if that was your big brother, that's a true tribute.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Thank you.
True. Tell us, how can we find you?
Well, just if you guys could stick close to the web, just look for Bailout. It's all over the place. And we're filming mostly in Fort Worth, Granbury, of course, and, the general vicinity, so the DFW area. And what I want to do is create jobs for all of these people that are involved in it and that have been involved in it. And if we could bring a TV show that's going to lift up, first of all, family viewing, and of course, help to bring some of the jobs here. And I was telling, I probably told you this before, but I tell friends of mine, I want to create jobs, and every time I say that, I always feel like a politician. But we can do it. We can bring people in from LA who'll stay up in our hotels here, fill the restaurants, the amusement parks, or wherever. So we just want to kind of put Fort Worth on the map, but not make it too big. We don't need a New York City. We need a Fort Worth. So
there's a little bit of New York and Fort Worth going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I call it East meets West.
East meets
West. Yeah, in a friendly way.
Definitely. And you're no politician. You're a true visionary. You're helping here establish something very good.
I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you so much, Dennis.
My pleasure.
This has truly been an effort of time, and we really are excited to hear about Bailout.
And next time you follow me around,
yes,
maybe it'll be another restaurant in Granbury. Just feel free, come in. We'll do this again.
I look forward to it. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
This has been an exclusive with Latte Brothers and Dennis O'Neill. We look forward to seeing you next time.
I like that.